Alright lads, so this morning we got the big announcement of the SAFWY Untold Stories Round 5 announcement. We got the full information regarding the new characters' skills, how good they actually are, and how good will they be in the game Bleach Brave Souls. Alongside that, we also got the announcement of the fillers, and there was a big surprise of Yoruichi and Soifon being in there. That was the big question, would they be included? But unfortunately, Caleb fumbled the banner quite hard. Untold Stories Rounds 1, 2, and 3 are all old enough to be featured as fillers here, and in my opinion, they should have been the characters completing the banner and not these novel characters. One of the reasons why I said SAFWY is an exciting end-of-year banner is because 1000 Year Blood War, the filler value isn't there. The only good characters realistically are going to be the new characters. And because SAFWY has access to these past good characters, if they were in the banner, that would have made this banner significantly worthwhile. If this banner was what it should have been, a full SAFWY banner, this would have been the best banner of the entire year. And because of that, and because post selection is also out, these 12 characters right now, it's here until the 6th of January, I've been getting asked quite a bit, what banner is worth summoning on? What banner should I summon over the other? Should I spend all my orbs on post selection, or should I spend all my orbs on Spirits Are There With You? And we're here to answer that in this video. Now, firstly, the best way, again, to play this game, the best way to spend your orbs is to always pull for your favorite characters. If you are a fan of Toshiro, then go for Toshiro, right? If you are more interested in playing with someone like Isane or Uryu, for example, then go for this particular banner. That's the best way to do it. But for those that are wondering what offers more value and what banner should you be spending your orbs on, it's kind of hard to say. I'm going to explain why, but I feel like, and this might not be the answer you want to hear, I feel like it's best to maybe just go 50-50. Whatever orb count you have, drop half of it in post selection and half of it on this particular banner. In my case, and I'm very fortunate enough to have 9,000 orbs, I'll have 10k by the time this banner drops, I'm planning to drop half in both banners. 5k on this, 5k on this. And the reason for that is because both banners offer really good value in different ways. Post selection offers really high value per character. We voted for these characters, right? Every character here is the character I see myself using and a character that I use quite a bit. You have some of the best characters in the game with the anniversary characters. I carry IT with Lisa, Ichigo, and also Uryu, so getting them duped out would be great. Just getting them in general would be good on any account. There's a lot of super link sort farmers with Momo, Neliel, and also Grimjow. There's some epic raid farmers with Toshiro and also Isane. Some great guild quest support with Okiura, Aizen, and also Rukia. And then you also have Orihime, who's just a link sort character, right? Which isn't a bad thing. So if you were to summon on this banner and you were to get a 5-star, for example, there's a 6% chance you get something great. Whereas in this banner, because the only characters really worth talking about are these top 5 characters, essentially if you are assuming on step 7 and you get a 5-star, since every character here has a 0.5% rate, you have a 2.5% chance to get something worth your orbs. If you're a new account and you're missing some of these limited characters, sure, it's nice to get them for the first time, but realistically, you're not really going to be using any of these bottom characters, right? So because of that, it's kind of like a no-brainer. Yeah, this banner has more value, but again, you got to look at it like this, right? These SAFWY characters, especially the top row, are limited characters. They're novel characters. They are going to be on the rarer sides. Yes, seasonals are also limited. They're not on premium tickets, for example. You can't get them from tickets, but occasionally you are going to get a ticket that is going to feature a seasonal character, especially if you buy those paid tickets. These characters will feature eventually, but at the same time, Caleb every now and then puts seasonal characters into random banners as fillers. So despite this banner having really good value, these are characters that you are going to pull sometime in the future. If you skipped all the initial banners, if you skipped this particular banner, at the end of 2023, there's a good chance you're going to have every character here. It's just how it is. They aren't going to be super rare like these SAFWY characters. If you skip this Untold Stories banner, it might be a very long time before you get someone like Toshiro, Kaname, and also Sajin, because you have to go out your way to summon for them. They're only going to be in novel banners. And usually with the way reruns do work, by the time Kaname, Sajin, and also Toshiro do return, it might be right before another big banner, and you might be more interested in those particular characters over these ones, for example. So yes, this overall banner has less value per character. In a way, it kind of has more value because it features some of the more rarer characters, right? Like I mentioned, if you skip this banner, you might pull these characters in 2023. If I skip these characters, I'm not sure when I'm next going to pull Toshiro or Kaname or Sajin. And if I want them, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. So that's kind of the thing you have to decide when it comes to what banner you should be pulling on, because the answer isn't so clear. This banner has overall more value per orb per character. This banner, you have a pretty high chance to get shafted in a way, so maybe because of that you want to pull on post selection. But since it features more of the rarer characters, that might be a reason for you to try and get these characters. If you're a collector that overall is just trying to get every character just once, this banner might be the banner you want to summon on. And because it's like that, because again, it's like 50-50, I do believe probably the best way to go about it if you are indecisive on what banner you like more, kind of like myself to be honest, I think the best way to go about it is to drop half your orbs. Whatever orb you have right now, whatever your orb count is right now, and you're willing to go down to 0 because it might be quite a while before we get another exciting banner, should be 2 to 3 months, assuming that's how Caleb usually releases these hype characters and banners. It might be a good idea just to drop half your orbs on this banner, and then the rest on this particular banner. So in my case, and keep in mind, I am a whale, I have 10,000 orbs. I'm going to drop 5k on this banner, see how my summons go, and then I will evaluate at the time, is it worth to keep going, and I'm probably going to drop the rest of the 5,000 in this particular banner. And despite me having majority of the characters here, because these characters are characters that I use quite a lot, farming characters, for example, characters that are going to, be used in guild quests, having them duped out isn't really going to be a bad thing. So I feel like in a way, this banner has more value if you're someone that wants to try and get the characters duped out. Ichigo and Oru are a character that I think everyone should have max transcended. Is this the banner to try and go for them 5-5? That comes down to you. Again, if you have the patience to wait 7 months, they are going to be in the 8th anniversary banner, but that is quite a while away. So like I said, the answer to that question, what banner is more worthwhile, it's kind of hard to say. As I've already mentioned, post-selection has more value per character. This one, there's a pretty good chance you get a lot of crap with these, can't viewed fillers. But if you do lock out and you do get these rarer characters, then you are going to get your orbs worth, right? But then again, since both banners are a 7-step banner, doing 7 steps on both banners isn't really going to be a bad thing. You are guaranteed 1 5-star on step 6. So even for those that are limiting the orbs, I definitely recommend just going to the guarantee to test your luck. So I think overall, if I was to pull on one or the other, I would say the post-selection banner is for those that want to get all the characters, but also get dupes to them too. That's the value I see in post-selection. If I spend 5,000 orbs hypothetically on that particular banner, I just know I'm going to walk away with a lot of good characters duped out. Whereas in the SAFWY banner, if I pull on that banner, the only thing I'm really wanting is the new characters. So as a collector in me, I want to go for SAFWY. But as someone that wants to get some of the best characters in the game duped out, post-selection is more intriguing to me. So I guess that's the best way to look at it. For collecting purposes, for those that want to go for the rarer characters, SAFWY is the way to go. For those that just want to get some of the better characters in the game and try and get them duped out as fast as possible, for those that even care about dupes, then post-selection will be the way to go. So with that said, regardless of what banner you do summon on, I wish you lads good luck and hopefully you lads can get what you want in a very short amount of orbs, and I hope to see you lads on my end of your live stream when we do try and spend 10,000 potential orbs on both of these banners. So hope to see you lads there. Take care and peace.